Many roads must a man walk down.
I wanted to be Jewish ever since I was 7 years old. I saw a commercial on TV that said, "Happy Passover" from your friends at Channel 2, and I went drawing six-pointed stars on everything in my mother's house. I make Jewish hip-hop and trying to change the world at the same time. The ground, the stone shines, the water gonna flow, check the fire in the sky, then the horn gon' blow, then we all gon' fly. Unfortunately, the urban music market has been plagued for way too long with misogynistic images, violence, glorifying drug dealing, glorifying life's a crime, glorifying basically everything which causes a society to decline. What I do is I throw Jewish concepts, Jewish text, Jewish values, Jewish outlook on the world into, hip-hop and into urban music. Change is perpetual, the lamentable thing is I'm trying to make hip-hop that accents, positivity. Still telling you to schedule the sermon in the vestibule, brilliant with the lexical, awakening the vegetables. Basically, I just grab anything spiritual around me and just use everything as a farm for words. I throw Hebrew, I throw Aramaic, I throw Arabic into the flow, I throw Yiddish into the flow, basically any language that I know a word from, I spit from. All up in the end of shots like Mara Rabashi, Khati the Ami, don't recognize it in Rashi, Dati, how I gotta keep it honestly smarty, Kama the Karti, the kids of the artsy. Not all of my music has explicit Jewish content, but everything's coming from a Jewish point of view. My Jewish education and all of that came as part and parcel of the conversion process. When I was 21, found a rabbi on convert.org/Orthodox, moved to New York and started the conversion process then. After converting, I learned in Or Sameach Yeshiva in Israel for a year, and then in Monsey, New York for 2 years, learned at the Mir for a little while. So I started rhyming when I was in Yeshiva in Or Sameach here in Jerusalem. Hip-hop was originally the way that me and my chavrusa would learn Gemara together. We would freestyle the Gemara back and forth. We could give out the cases, I'll freestyle the case, he'll freestyle Rashi, I be Rashi, you be Tosfot, and we would use music as a way to learn. I keep it so Torani, holla back if you get me, I be learning more Rashi than the Machzor Vitri, trying to keep it kahalacha, this is bigger than Minik, they'd rather be wrong for a century than right for a minute. I'm moving too slow, so I'm laughing by the We went up 4 levels in Shiurim in the time that most people went up 1, and I still remember the sugyas that we learned 10 years ago almost. And, hip-hop came out of that. When we started doing hip-hop in the Beit Midrash, not everybody, took a liking to it. Some kids would be like, how could you bring such a non-Jewish style of music into a holy place? This is treif. If you were trying to combine Torah with hip-hop, it's shatnez. A couple years ago, this guy came out, the Committee for the Purity of Jewish Music. It was this guy in Bnei Brak, this rabbi, who Mordechai ben David himself called this guy a sick individual. He basically came out with his list of what makes music kosher and what makes music treif. He said hip-hop music is disgusting and has no place in our community. That was my personal favorite line. Music can't use saxophones. It can't have disco-style beats in a 4-note measure. If the accent is on the first and the third beat, then it's treif, but somehow you can change that up to make it kosher. When you try to restrict an art form like that, you just go and make a mockery of everything that you're trying to achieve. No one wanted hechshers on their CDs. And even Chabad.org, the reporter for Chabad Online said, the first day that they come out with a kosher CD, I'll be the first one to eat it. Music can't be treif. The only thing that can be treif is the content in the music. There's no style of music which is automatically anti-Torah. Jewish music is music that's created by Jews to communicate Jewish concepts to a Jewish heart and a Jewish soul. If that music is hip-hop, dancehall, salsa, merengue, country, whatever, it's all about the content, and I hope that the religious world one day would wake up to it. Hold up. Somebody let me finish the Yiddish diminished sinner while we spitting the Kiddush. Herzog up at the Kiddush till we sip on the livet. I put the fire in your spirit till we dip for a minute. This is a ticker now. Watch as we raising them. Reish Pei Ches going straight for the cranium. Manifesting radiance. Existence is infinite. Paradigm shift cause the present is derelict. Bringing the Mashiach and we trying to merit it. But if we ain't with the denim then we go with a chesed at. I ain't gotta try. My rhymes dividing up inside of you. Intellect infected. Transmitted on the viral. Use hip hop to elevate, not to tranquilize.
once missiles are in the air coming at you, you have to be able to shoot them down. Ballistic missile technology is rapidly proliferating. Nuclear technology is also rapidly proliferating. Look at the rate at which new kinds of weapon systems have been absorbed into military structures. It's always been very slow. Our challenge now is to speed that process up.
I hope I die before I get old.
I wanted to study what is considered the hardest language in the world and a growing superpower in a country that everybody says is impossible to understand. I think Chinese and Israelis actually have a lot of interesting similarities. China's ascendancy in world politics, it's going to shift the balance. China really is the biggest story for the rest of my life.